Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the SRL Formula 3 Championship, the final round of the season finale. It is the Bologna Grand Prix at the famous Autodromo International Enzo e Dino Ferrari, here, better known as San Marino or Imola. Of course, this is the amazing track, the classic of F1, which will be returning to the calendar in 2020 because of the thing we're not allowed to mention on YouTube. We are being joined today by James Smith in a little while. He's not on just yet, though, so in the meantime, we have got Christian McKeesey with us. So, hello, Christian. Welcome to the stream.
Hello. I'm back. Wow. Look at time. I don't know.
It's the season finale today, and as we know, because it's the season finale, the champion must be crowned today. As it stands, the first two people in real contention for this championship is Carlos Martin and Danny van der Niet. Carlos is on 96 points and Danny is on 71 points. Crucially, that is a 25-point gap, with 25 points for a win and 50 points available over the weekend. That means it's going to be very difficult for Danny to get this championship, basically meaning that Carlos has to keep that gap down in the first race. We'll try and keep you updated on that, but until then, we should probably talk about qualifying, if you have the qualifying results.
Let's see if it comes up. This is an interesting question. Look at that. It worked.
And here's the correct results, actually, for once. So, Victor Ivanov takes pole position for Netrex Grand Prix. In second place is Danny van der Niet, also for Netrex. In third place is our first Mazda Motorsport entry of Sven Gelhard, the number 21 car. And in fourth place is the championship leader, Carlos Martin, the final Netrex car. It's really been a civil war between them for the championship. Here in fifth place is Massimiliano Rivoli in Val Esports. He was driving for Reading Game Studios Racing this season, but has switched to Valen classically. Of course, he's switched away from my team for his best qualifying performance of the season. In sixth place is the Brehem GP car of Indrik Remitz. In seventh place is Wesley Burkhout, also for Val Esports. Chris de Jong is in eighth place for also Brehm GP. Jesper Eriksson is in ninth place for Team Iris, the second Team Iris car. The number 8 is Harry Smith. 7 tenths off of pole position. In the second page of the standings, we've got 11th place Jake Denhun for Samton Motorsports. 12th place is Kevin Veiches for Team Falcon. 13th place is Cosmo Pasquito for Oil Blue Racing. Of course, a very powerful FSR and GPVWC entry there, making their bringing up their tally of leagues in SRL. Owen McGaugy is the final Vagar in 14th place, 14th for the number 14. He's 1.1 seconds off of pole position. Sean Jones is the solo Reading Game entry today, 15th position on the grid. Kenny Singleton is in 16th place for Ascensa E-Racing. Jurica Slovenic is in 17th place. 18th place is Mika Hakimi. And, my stuff.
I messed up.
19th place is Richard Wanders. And in 20th place is Kamil Jablonski for Gillette Grand Prix. So, the final page of the grid down to 30th.
Sorry, Tom. Here's a nice surprise for you.
Hello, James. In 21st position is Pal Pankovex for Ascensa E-Racing. 22nd is Carl Magnus Bohr. 23rd is Jeff Close. Alex Hallows is 24th. Anthony Nippon, the league owner, is 25th. 26th is Jurgen van Bergen. 27th is Ryan Mazumda. 28th is Charles Godet. 29th is Parker Nyber. And in 30th, Nyboa, sorry. And in 30th is Menno de Haan, who's been having some issues with his game crashing, not able to set a lap those final two. So we are joined with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this race by who will be your main goal. Dear, that was a bit of an incident there between the Iris car. Who will be your main commentator for the race? I'll be able to take a sit back and relax and just keep you updated on the standings and things. So welcome to the stream, James Smith.
Thank you, Tom. Apologies for my slightly unprofessional interruption there. But yeah, looking forward to it. This is certainly a very well upholded track. It's got potential to be very good. I mean, the F1 cars are going to be rumbling around here in about a month's time in real life. So let's set the scene.
A very much power circuit would really suit
Yeah.
Ferrari cars if their engine wasn't so out of character, awful, really.
I mean, this track used to be much faster than it is now. I mean, much faster. It was completely flat from the start line all the way down to the hairpin at Tosa, which is past the Villeneuve chicane. Now, that was completely flat out. Down here as well was a lot faster, and then there was no chicane at the top of this hill either. You just went straight on. It was unreal fast.
We've also got someone said drifting Formula car, Tom's signature move. Not sure which Tom they're referring to, because there isn't one on the grid. But yes, I'm not particularly the most amazing drifter.
Yeah.
All of sim racing. I tried it on a set of courses today, and it was not a very nice experience, to be honest. But yes, of course, the track was much faster back in the day. But of course, that fateful weekend in 1994 being an unfortunate. Is that a restart? Are we going to?
No, we have gone to the session, I believe. We've gone to the session.
Slightly early there.
It says it's warm up again. I'm very confused.
Oh, we're back to warm up again. You can actually see, the old configuration on your left there. That little chicane that used to be the last corner. The car's thundered down from the double left at Rivazza. But it's been a good championship, I have to say. We're going to crown 2 winners. At the moment, it's Carlos Martin and Netrex Grand Prix who are in the comfortable driving seats. Martin doesn't have to do much to take this championship. But anything can happen.
I believe,
especially at Imola,
the constructors' standings is it's already in Netrex win pretty much. Or they would have to have a very big bottle to not win the championship from there.
Indeed, yeah.
Carlos Martin looks in the driving seat, so I think we should address the elephant in the room before we go to this session, as the race is about to get underway with the formation lap. Who is your prediction for the championship winner?
Well, Martin and Netrex, I think that's all we need to say. But I saw the starting grid. Didn't look too favourable for Martin. I think this is him. This is him we're looking at. This is a Santon car. Can't quite see. But doesn't look like the best of qualifying for him compared to his championship rivals. And we're going back to the warm-up again. So someone, I think, has crashed. The game has crashed. Well, the race will get underway eventually, don't worry.
I know a couple of people towards the back. If you don't mind me putting in there, James. Do apologise. A couple of people towards the back didn't set time, so I imagine perhaps they have been having a few game issues. And I met Menno Dahan had a couple of issues. As my live timing screen is saying that we're lap 1. I'm not sure that's true. Yes, that is true. I'll look over at the actual broadcast there, and you can see it as James has muted his mic for some reason. So you have got me for the minute, and he's cut out, and he's back.
My struggles with internet continue.
Anyway, so as we wait for this formation lap to get underway, as it is underway, the cars have started rolling. So, as I think James is with us. Are you, James? Hello.
Yes, my internet is. My internet's probably going to be doing a lot more of that later on, but hopefully not. It's been fine for the other 3 races I've commentated, so hopefully no problems here. Just a couple of screens of the track. There's a lot of elevation on here. A lot of elevation, especially the mid-corner elevation can catch out the cars here for sure, but it will be a nice sight at least to see them riding over the crests on the straights, flat out, hopefully. And
this is... Sorry, James, carry on.
Hopefully 2 or 3 wide as well. There should be quite a few overtaking opportunities. The first corner, of course, on this long straight. It's not really a straight. It's got a lot of kinks in it, but it is flat out. And then if you're brave into Villeneuve and Tosa, and again, if you're brave into the next double left, and then it's Acque Minerale, you've got to really lunge it if you want to get past there. Then the Variante Alta, named so because it's the highest point on the circuit. It's a very big braking zone, but it is also a very tight chicane. And then the run down towards the double left-hander, which concludes the lap. You can also overtake there. So that's normally the standard, but if anything, we've been taught that these cars can really pass anywhere. And here is your man who we need to pay attention to, the next car.
Don't mind me quickly paying attention to someone else. News on Massimiliano Riboli had such a... am I here? Oh,
Yes, you are.
Massimiliano Riboli had such a strong qualifying performance. He's now having to start from the pit lane due to a game freeze, so bitter disappointment for him.
Oh, that's unfortunate. His unfortunate and unlucky season looks to be continuing. Hopefully he can get that turned around in the best way possible as the car's thundering down towards that double left-hander. Now, it was a bit of a bottleneck here, but yeah, here's your man, Carlos Martin, starting 4th. He's taken a podium in the feature race for the last 3 races running, but the DNF in the sprint race did nothing to help his championship. But he could certainly seal it here today. He's got his 2 teammates and a Mazda Motorsports car in front of him. And he's got, kind of look, even on the formation lap, you can see that the car behind him is feeling racy. So he's going to have to watch his back on the long round down towards turn 1.
If Danny van der Neet fails to score and Carlos Martin gets a single point, he will be the champion in this first race here. But of course, it could be a little bit more complicated than that. I have got of the information you'll need, and we're calculating that on the fly. We've got 2 pit lane starters there. I can't quite figure out who that car is, but
and if that's Wesley Burkhout, that's a big problem for him.
No, it's Massimiliano Riboli and Carl Magnus.
Yeah, that'll be that one. Yeah.
Track temp is 29. Ambient temp is also 29. It's sunny weather here in San Marino, and James Smith, you'll take us through the first lap.
Thank you. Let's go indeed. 2 cars in the pit lane all lined up, everyone else on the grid, and the countdown to the start begins. Here we go for the final time in the feature race this season. It's lights out and away we go, and someone's not got off the line well at all there from the 4th row, but it's a great start from the 2 Netrexes up front, but Gillehode and Martin using that slipstream coming down towards someone. It's Gillehode who looks the racier, going down the inside of the Netrex of Van der Neer, going into the first corner, and he's going to pull it off, and Gillehode moves up into 2nd place. There's contact in the back, a bit of smoke from the tyres, but everybody through the first corner completely unscathed. That's fantastic to see. They're 3 wide just up ahead, and someone was going for an audacious move there, and here is the 3 wide. Oh, and someone's onto the grass. One of the AFPs has gone for a session of lawn mowing there at the Villeneuve corner, and they've all made it through there unscathed as well. No front or rear wings flying off the cars just yet, and that's a Valley holding position for next. Oh, someone's in the wall. Someone is in the wall, and that was one of the cars that was running in the top 5, I think, that spun out on the exit of the Tosa hairpin as they now plunge up the hill and now back down it towards Acque Minerali. And sorry, my internet's having a bit of a problem there, but it's Ivanov who's retained his. Danny van der Neer is 3rd. Carlos Martin, your championship leader, is 4th. And De Jong is in 5th. So it was the other Brem GP car that spun off then. So he avoided all the chaos. Here's Jake Dennehan in the Santa. We're on board with him right now. He is behind Smith, just up ahead of the Jesper Eriksson, who it's fair to say has not really lived up to expectations at all this season, and will be looking for a good result. Have been hard to come by as they end the first lap. Hopefully my internet stops acting up, but at the end of the first lap, Viktor Ivanov leads by just under 1 second. But here's Jake Dennehan trying to take 7th place away from the Iris car. They had their best qualifying session of the season. Smith defends the inside cam. Dennehan out, drag him into the first corner and get ahead before they even need to stamp on the brakes. Almost. That Iris is still on the inside though, and in the end cuts him off. And Dennehan has to wait a little bit longer before he can take that position away. And that's actually presented an opportunity for Kevin Viches right behind here. He's on board with, this is Sean Jones' reading game right behind Kenny Singleton's Excensa. Both these teams may have expected slightly better this season. They've both been unlucky. Both currently have cars in the points as well. Cosmo Prosciutto ahead of these guys. Jones missing his braking point for that corner, going wide. And already we can see there might be a slight difficulty to overtake because there's a lot of trains forming and no real lunges or overtakes being made. Here's Dennehan going through right behind Smith with Eriksson ahead, challenging De Jong in the Brem car. And Ivanov still hasn't pulled 1 second. Oh, and that's why. That's Jesper Eriksson going off and using the runoff. Someone else is using it as well and is going to lose a place to a Valley as a result. Into the Variante Alta. I guess what we were expecting on the first few laps there, Tom.
Definitely, and an update on the championship as I'm quickly working it out. Danny would be down to a 22 points gap that he'd have to make up in the
Not
next
enough.
race. Carlos Martin's still in the driving seat, very much in the early stages. That's the Valcar looking to make moves on the Iris car as he's actually backed into him by his teammate.
His teammate, yeah. This is Wesley Burkow, who is in championship contention, might I add. He's in a very outside chance, especially from where he started the race. But he's in 17th and he's going for the inside line here, or at least trying to. He's going to get the slipstream from his teammate up ahead. He's trying to do exactly the same thing, only to Hakimi in the AFP and Magauji down the inside. They make contact and big contact between those two. Everybody's still on the road though. Magauji wrestles his way into 14th place, and now Hakimi might be vulnerable from closer, but it's Burkow who's got the biggest amount of speed coming into the Variante Villeneuve chicane in English. And Burkow's going to try and go around the outside of the toes. He switches to the inside. Lovely dummy from Wesley Burkow, and that will be 16th, and he can hold on the inside. And they make a bit of contact on exit, but Burkow gets through with a lovely little move down the inside of Jeff Closer. Nothing Closer can do about that. Certainly. My move of the season is still Albert Blanc on Christian at Misano down the inside of the first corner. That was mighty. As everybody is track extending at that corner. There is so much time to be found by using just even a little bit of that runoff there, and you can see it. That's why the drivers are doing it.
Although sorry, James, in the race director's notes at the start of this race, they did say that they're going to be extra intense on track limits in this race, as they had to turn off cut track because of various incidents. I'll have to get up the penalties, but I believe it's a 15-second penalty if you gain enough time through Aqua Minerale. This is the Iris car trying to make a move.
Yeah, here we go. This is Jesper Eriksson. He's not had a great season, it's fair to say. He's not lived up to expectations. He's got to go on his inside, actually. That is Jake Dennehan trying to go down the inside into the first corner. Eriksson outbrakes him and turns it in time. And I think Dennehan backed out of that one because that was going to be a crash course in crashing. No tongue twisters intended, and now the Brem GP car defending the inside line already. And switching to the inside goes the Iris, and they do hit the Brem GP car, turning into Jesper Eriksson, who loses a multitude of places. He's down from 6th to 11th. He's trying to be overtaken by Sean Jones on the inside, who's used the grass very much to his advantage there. That's a very unorthodox way to get alongside a car, but whatever works for him, works for him. I don't think Eriksson will be too happy with that, and now he has to try and hold on around the outside of the Reading Gate car, and he does so. Very nice indeed from Eriksson, especially considering he's just had a big bit of contact. But 2 into 1 into the Villeneuve chicane is difficult, very difficult. You hardly ever see an overtake through there, and that is exactly why.
As I've actually just had a thought on the front of the championship, because we have sprint race points, as it stands, Carlos Martin would actually be the champion.
It's 15 points for a win in the sprint race, and as it stands, in fact, Martin's actually got ahead of his teammate now. He's passed him on track, he's up into the podium places again. So as it stands, Carlos Martin is convincingly your champion. Feel free to give us a follow on social media at SRL Racing League on Twitter using the hashtag SRLF3. This is the final round of the Formula 3 Championship.
That could be. I will double check.
That's Hakimi. That is Hakimi who's gone off. He was fighting for 15th, I think it was, on the edges of the points.
Sven Gillerhood on a charge. 1.6 seconds behind the leader. He's just set the fastest lap of the race at 1:38 points. As that's the Reading Gate car. Sean Jones on the Valcar of, I'm going to say that's Owen Magauji. Excellent little move. Sean Jones. He is on a charge.
Magauji's the one trying to pass, actually, I think, and he's trying to do it into Villeneuve. This went wrong on the last lap. It goes wrong on this one. They're both off. Both of them are off. Burkow and who is that behind him? That is Slovinac. Both of them go through. And that, again, 2 into 1 into the Villeneuve chicane is so difficult to pull off. And there is yet more proof as to why you should probably wait and save it for the hairpin, as Burkow did a few laps ago. Contact, and this time both parties involved heavily. Here is Kevin Veach's. Kenny Singleton has quietly made his way up from 11th to 8th in the last 2 laps, which would be Excensa's best finish of the season. As it stands. Vicious, someone's very wide in the gravel. That's one of the Iris cars. He rejoins, almost takes his teammate out. That is, that's Ericsson and Prosciutto. They're not teammates. Prosciutto, the one getting past. Ericsson, another mishap off the circuit, although Prosciutto goes off. Bit of lag actually there. He's still on the circuit. Ericsson right behind. He's got the pace to be in the top 6. He proved that in the opening laps and in qualifying, so he's not going to be one stuck behind him too long. Down the inside he goes on a royal blue car, and he just gets the door closed on him right at the end through the middle of the corner. And they have Wesley Burkow, who's up to 12th already, and he's probably quicker than both of these guys. So let's see into the first corner now. Ericsson already pulling out a slipstream, but Burkhart's going to have an almighty tow coming down the straight because he's going to get a double slipstream. Here you are on board. Look at the difference in speed between him and Prosciutto and Ericsson. And he's darting around. He's going to go through the middle. They're going to go 3 wide into the first corner. Burkhart's in the middle. Can he pull this one off?
Prosciutto that was a little bit dirty from Wesley.
Yeah. Ericsson goes through cleanly into 10th. Prosciutto losing out big time. And now here comes Slovinac, who I think is his teammate, actually. Slovinac's trying to go round the outside into Villeneuve, but this time with the...
They make contact again, and that's an amazing save from the Royal Blue Racing.
It was all his own making that instant. He's done well to hold it. Indeed, Burkhart's not going to be happy. He just got a bit of a shove from behind. And here we go. This is Harry Smith under pressure from Kenny Singleton, and Smith again defends round the side. That corner, but massively goes wide. He's gone very wide off the circuit. Has he gained an advantage by doing that that he wouldn't have had if he'd stuck with the limits? We'll have to see at the end of the race what the stewards think of that. Singleton looking to improve his position further.
A reminder to the viewers that, of course, in this series, the curbs do class as part of the track limits. That's a little quirk of these rules, but that is track extending from Harry Smith there, and the stewards will have to have a look at that.
Yeah. Singleton was within track limits for those wondering. He kept a wheel on the curb. He's got Kevin Features right behind him, but I think he might actually be alongside. He is alongside on the outside line, the Team Falcon car. Looking for a switchback, and Singleton gets the drive on the exit, and Vicious is going to have to wait for another opportunity to turn one, but he's going to have a great slipstream down here. Victor Ivanov isn't wasting any time. A new fastest lap of the race. He got a Grand Slam last time out in Vallelunga. He's on course for another Grand Slam. It'll be the first time that anyone gets 2. Of course, a Grand Slam is pole, lead every lap, win, and set the fastest lap. That's a Grand Slam.
Of course.
He's on course to do it 2 weeks in a row, which would be a very impressive feat.
So the race director notes is that if you they're going to be very harsh on cuts for this race, as there's a massive scrap there of the reading game cart from what I can see. For every 3 cuts or extensions you commit, you'll get a 5-second post-race penalty, reminding that the curb is part of the track. If you do a big cut at Acqua Minolari or Variante Alta, you will get an instant 15-second penalty, regardless of if you gained 0.1 seconds or 10 seconds, according to Anthony. So very, very strict on track limits. As this
Massi Riboli has just set the fastest lap.
138.754, I believe, for Massimiliano Riboli.
Where did that come from? From him? Nothing against him, but he was at the back, I'm pretty sure. So he's found some clean air or some nice slipstream and got a good lap in to be faster than the current race leader. If only he could have started where he qualified. Here's Indrik Rimitz all over Alex Hallows there in the Brem car. He's the one who spun out on the first lap, and he's trying to get past the Ozone. This is the Variante Alta coming up, so this is where we saw Harry Smith track extending on the last lap, which might earn him a penalty. As they go through there, Rimitz still not able to find a way through, but they're side by side up ahead between, that's Jones and Richard Vonder's up ahead. Rimitz is closing on Hallows, closing, kind of bump drafting him through the corner, and he can't find a way past the Ozone for the time being, and they're still side by side up ahead. And Vonders, can he get this one? No, Sean's got the outside traction, and now these two enter the fray. This could be a 4-way battle into the first corner. I think it will be, because look at the speed that Hallows and Rimitz have got over the 2 up ahead of them. They're closing in so much faster. Rimitz goes to the inside, Hallows pushing him onto the grass. He had a wheel on the inside there on the grass. Jones defending from Vonders, Rimitz attacking Hallows.
That was always going to happen.
There was the hit. They both save it though, and somehow everybody is exactly as they was at the start of the lap. And now Rimitz is under pressure from behind. That's the AFP of Hakim trying to get past. I think they might have been contacted into the corner up ahead. No, they haven't. We had a yellow flag there, so I got a bit concerned, but everyone makes it through. Good racing here, though.
The amount of squeezing we've seen onto the curves in these 2 chicanes has been really quite aggressive. Borderline. Sector 1, and I think it's going to be a very big case of people just need to not go for those moves because they are going to get squeezed. It's very difficult to see and have spatial awareness, especially on single screen monitors. A lot of people have spotters, but it's so difficult to see where people are, especially in that blind spot. And that's a massive accident.
Whoa! Someone going straight off. That's Ribbits going off again. That was probably the biggest amount of speed anyone's taken going off. He might have actually hit the wall.
He definitely did. That's a lack
He's lost his front wing. Yeah, he's got his front wing. Sorry, it's the colour blending in there. My bad. But yeah, that's another big off for him as he had on the first lap, and he drops down to 19th place now. Actually, only lost one position. Here's that battle against No! He's taken out. Sean Jones had been taken out himself. Big contact at the last corner. Someone collected him too.
Move from Wanders, was it actually?
Not the best of them. Someone's heading for pit road. That is Alex Hallow. So he was the one who collected Wanders, who spun around. But yeah, going for a gap that was always going to close. Jones has actually not come off too badly. He's still 15th in the point. Here's Jesper Eriksson trying to get past Owen McGaugy. Going for a switchback after switchback. He gets the speed, but we see what happens to this corner. And Eriksson himself has been involved in incidents there, and he backs out of it, drops into the draft, and now can he let send one up the inside of Tosa? Let's see what McGaugy does in defense. He does nothing unordinary, and Eriksson bides his time for the current situation. Victor Ivanov is increasing his lead up front, while Carlos Martin is closing in on Sven Gillerhode, who has taken victory twice already this season, both in sprint races. Be quite the scene if we could do it again.
And once again, with 10 minutes to go, Carlos Martin will start to see this championship in sight as people really cutting that particular corner heading through Sector 3. There's yellows in Sector 2.
We could see a lot of penalties for that. We only have 2 DNFs as well, which is by far the lowest we've had at this point in any feature race. So that means that currently 14th places on pole. That is Cosmo Prosciutto in the Royal Blue Racing Car. It'll be Jesper Eriksson alongside him on the front row, but I don't think for too much longer because Eriksson is he looks desperate to pass the cars in front of him because he's definitely quicker. And here's Jake Dennehan. Oh, Hakimi's just DNF'd in the AFP, but we're looking at Jake Dennehan pulling up alongside Chris de Jong. He's tried this move before, and it hasn't worked out. Can he do it this time around the outside of Tamburello? Not quite. Not quite. De Jong holds on for the time being, but now on the exit, Dennehan is all over that car coming into Villeneuve. Can he go round the outside of Villeneuve? That's going to be brave. He backs out of it, looking for the exit. One spot is a yellow flag in Sector 1. That's for Slovinac, who's had an incident. But Dennehan still can't get past this Bremen car.
Yes, there was not another DNF. It did come up on the timing screen, but there hasn't actually been one. Jake Dennehan's had a really Marmite season so far, really mediocre. He's been probably the class of the midfield, really, has Jake Dennehan. He's been there and he's 10th in the standings, but hasn't really done anything in terms of podiums and things.
He's been unlucky. He has been very unlucky, of course. I mean, to sum it up, he was taken out within 2 seconds of the sprint race last time out. He was involved in that massive start line accident, which has probably been the biggest talking point regarding controversy that we've seen all season.
And
here you go. Here's Carlos Martin. As told you, he's catching Sven Gillerhode. He's right on his gearbox now. Coming into the first corner, Gillerhode knows he's there. He's making a few erratic movements that you won't normally see. Here comes the Netrex car. He pulls up alongside. This is to solidify his championship. He's got 8 minutes and he will be champion. Can he go round the outside, though? He's from a long way back.
That's not what you want to do when you're in championship position.
He's looking for us. He's looking for the switchback. Gillerhode again, defense to the inside line. Martin, is he going to try and go around the outside? If he's so brave, if he does, he's further alongside than other players. He's going for it. Oh, no! He's taken himself out. He's lucky to pirouette. That was very lucky the way that car spun. He's still in championship winning position, but that was very unnecessary. Trying to go around the outside at what is notoriously one of the most difficult corners, not just on the track, on the entire calendar. So
when you're in championship winning position, you do not go for stupid moves like that. You hold station, you let it come.
There was no need. Yeah, there was no need. He could have gone for it on the next lap. Meanwhile, can we just appreciate how quiet yet brilliant Wesley Murkap's been driving? He's up into 9th place now.
As Richard Wanders DNFs from the race, he is at 5th retirement, I believe. 4th retirement. I do
No, it is
apologise.
fifth. It is fifth. It is the fifth retirement. So Jesper Eriksson is on reverse grid pole as it stands.
This is quite weird because on my screen, on the race view, there's only 4. But wow, Wonders, excellent save there. Oh, I think I was going to point out that obviously Carlos Martin still is in championship winning.
Yeah,
position.
exactly.
That would only be 23 points anyway, and of course it's 15 points for a win in the sprint race. So it's not that it particularly matters if this is the 2 Ascensa cars having
side by side. Now, they haven't hit each other yet this season. Yet, I stress, because they look like they're about to go to war here. Arkanaibo, qualified 29th, is up to 17th. Pavel Pankovic has gained 3 places since the start, having started 21st. He's moving about, looking for, I think, his braking reference rather than anything. Not going to try and psych his team out too much. These guys get along very well, along with their teammate Kenny Singleton, who's 7th at the moment. And here we go, down the straight. They've got the AFP car right ahead. That's points. Sorry, no, that's 16th place, not quite points. That's Anthony Nippon, the league owner, I guess to say. He's probably the most powerful person out here, but it's more controlled by a team of admins. Here we go, though. Pankovic, don't think Naibo is going to make this too difficult for him, but at the same time, he doesn't want him to get past. He goes wide, and Pankovic switches him back, and that is a lovely, lovely move from the pole up into 17th place. Just waited for the mistake from his teammate and pounced.
I mean, I thought that was rather aggressive, as this is the battle for P2 from Danny van der Neet. He knows his championship fight is on the line, and he would need to win from this position if he wanted to keep it alive. I believe if he makes this pass, it still wouldn't be
Martin, yep. And you could see just in the frame there, even up ahead, you might see him up ahead there, you can see him. So if Van der Neet wants to catch him past his teammate, and of course has to rely that Martin drops down the order still, he's sticking with them currently. It's an 8-second gap behind. Gillerhoed's been in this position before, but it's a different Netrex behind him at this point, and Van der Neet a slight lift there, trying to get this move done. Can he go round the outside? What his teammate couldn't do. He's very late on the brakes, you know. He's trying to go for it, but he backs out of it, the Dutchman. He backs out of it. He's in a championship contending position, so he has to go for this, but at the same time doesn't want to lose that podium. Into Villeneuve, and he's not going to go for anything like his teammate did. Keeps his car pointed where it should be. Is he going to go for a lunge into Tosa? No, he doesn't. Gillerhoed didn't see one coming either. Took a normal, nice, composed racing line, if you want.
He would need the win, as if he got second place, it'd be a 19-point gap. He needs 15 points, really, so he would have to go and fight for that win, and that would have to have blistering pace. He wouldn't be on pace.
Then there's the argument of countback, because Martin, of course, has 2 victories in the feature races this season. Van der Neet yet to win one. So I don't know if the countback counts the sprint races as well, but on feature race countback, even if Van der Neet gets into that lead position and Martin stays 4th, it's still Martin's championship, I think.
And Martin would have to fail to score as well. You have to remember... no, sorry, he wouldn't. That's my bad. But if Martin did fail to score, that would be even better for...
Yeah, that would be real pressure on Van der Neet. He has to, and then he still has to go from last to... Well, not last, but substantially down the order all the way up to 1st with no problems. And of course, Wesley Burkout, he could still win this championship, but with 3 minutes to go in the feature race, he's currently 9th. Doesn't look likely, and Gillerhoed is very defensive. There's going to be a better run for Van der Neet than the last lap. He was further behind at the last corner, but that's going to help him because he's going to get more speed on his rival. Gillerhoed again putting his car in the perfect position, and Van der Neet can't find a way past. It's robust. It's brilliant. As Denhans is the fastest lap of the race, and he's going for it on De Jong. You can watch the delta on the left. In the real time, we're looking at this now. Van der Neet right on Gillerhoed, but you just can't pass. You can't pass into this corner. Oh, Gillerhoed gets a bit out of shape. That might produce an opportunity. We now cut to the battle for 5th place with Chris De Jong just cutting off the fast-flying Santa car, who's gone wide. He's gone wide. He's kept the car in a straight line, but that goes any chance of a pass into Tosa or the next double left-hander for that matter. Yeah, fastest lap of the race from him. So Ivanov's Grand Slam is in danger, and now it's a 3-way fight for 2nd place. These guys are all within 1 second of each other as they fly through Aqua Minerali. Martin outbreaks himself and almost hits the back of his teammate. That wouldn't have sat well. Van der Neet, of course, is in charge of operations of this Netrex team. in this championship. So if he takes him out, then that's not going to sit well at all, especially considering that he still can win this championship, hypothetically.
I wonder if Van der Neet is going to employ some team orders if he does get past Sven Gillerud. Desperate times mean desperate measures, and perhaps getting Ivanov to slow down by 5 seconds would be the desperate measure that he needs.
Yeah, here we go. Martin is going to get a good toe on his teammate. That car ahead that we can see, I think that's a lapped car. It is a lapped car. But here we go. Van der Neer and Gillerud again right to the pit wall. Martin's got a first-class seat. This is the penultimate lap for these guys around here. If they can do this lap quickly, that is, it might well be the final for them. And Van der Neer knows this. He's trying to go around the outside, goes for the switchback. It's very decisive this time, unlike on the last lap. Can he pull up alongside that car into Villeneuve? Gillerud going to the inside, so clearly he sees a threat, but he's putting his car inside. Oh, Van der Neer's going for it this time, but he's messed his run up, but now his teammate's coming. His teammate's coming and lunging down the inside. No, backs out of it. He backs out of it, but Gillerud certainly saw the threat incoming there.
Carlos needs no unnecessary risks. Way to cut you off there. Here's that back marker getting out of the way. Very well done to him. Carlos needs no risks. He could have gone for that move and he probably would have made it, but there's no point at this stage in the race because all he needs to do is finish. Whilst he won't get the podium, he will get the championship, and that's all that's important. And all the back marker's off.
The back marker's gone off, but that was Van der Neer very close to careering into the back of Sven Gillerud. He's going for it into the Variante Alta. He clearly thinks this is his last chance. It's the last lap for them. Ivanov will have another lap for sure, but these guys, I know, because they've been battling all the lap long.
Lap for them. If Ivanov crosses the line, then they'll have to do another lap.
That's true, actually. That's true.
Has he gone for the move?
He's gone free. Big lock up on the left front tyre, trying to get that one done. He still can't find a way through. Now, look at the run that Martin's got. He's got to bit over the curve, so he's going to lose some momentum. Here is on board with Carlos Martin. He's much closer than the last lap. And again, Gillerud is weaving. He's defending the inside for the first corner. Van der Neer trying to get past. The clock has hit 0. This is the final lap. This is for second place. Van der Neer is late on the brakes. He cuts across his rival. He's trying to go right the way around the outside.
Carlos Martin's going to sweep around the outside of both of them.
They're 3 wide. They're 3 wide on the exit of the Tamburello corner. This is invoking Mizano replicas here. And sweeping around the outside goes not 1 but 2 Netrex cars. Gillerud gets to switch back on Martin though and retakes 3rd place. And Martin has to settle for 4th. That was a fantastic overtake from Van der Neer though, and initially by Martin too. But he was just beaten on the exit by De Jong. Sorry, not De Jong, Gillerud with a clever little switchback.
Danny's going to have to be on the phone to his teammate very quickly, telling him to slow down in that final sector.
What a battle between those. I mean, I've never seen 3 cars all side by side on the exit of the first corner at Imola. Never. In any category. Circumstance.
All I'm waiting for now is yellow in Sector 3 to see Victor Ivanov's game's crashed or something. Or
something like that. Is Martin going to want that podium and keep his streak of... He's got 3 podiums in a row in feature races. Can he make it 4? He's going to have to do it at the last corner. Ivanov is approaching the final braking zone for the final time as this is happening. You can see him just up ahead. He's going around the last proper corner now. Martin has been forced to the outside line. He's not going to be able to pull a switch back off, surely. And no, he sits in behind the 4th. At the front, Victor Ivanov dominated the race last time out in Vallelunga, and he wins the race in Imola and makes it 2 wins in the last 2 races. And it's going to be a drag race to the line for 3rd. It's Sven Gillerud, I think, is just going to hold on. It is.
But Sven most importantly for Carlos, as he crashes across the line, he won't even get to his donuts.
And I was just getting to that. Yep. Sven Gillerud holds on for 3rd place, but Carlos Martin need not worry because he is the Italian Formula 3 SRL champion. And Netrex wrap up the constructors as well in emphatic style with a double podium, and the other car not far behind in 4th. 1-2 as well. Absolutely incredible season from Martin and from Netrex. Martin started a little slow, but since Mugello has been untouchable and thoroughly deserves that title that is now crowned over his head. And here's a crash that's happened after the race. We're just waiting for the final few cars to finish.
Rivoli's gone purple in Sector 2 there.
So he's going for the fastest lap on the last lap. Here he is, Massi Rivoli stepping into the shoes of Damian Skorowan's car, I think it is. Can he get the fast? this lap on the final lap. It's currently Jake Danahan who holds it. He's got one more tiny kink to go. Can he get it? Not quite. Not quite for Riboli there. That would have been quite something on tyres in that state on the last lap in 18th place. No slipstream either. But congratulations, Carlos Martin and Netrex Grand Prix for taking the Drivers' and Constructors' Championships, respectively. Netrex sweep both championships. Congratulations to them. It's been thoroughly deserved, it has to be said. They've looked, especially in, I'd say, round 3, they looked absolutely untouchable. So here are your race results. Viktor Ivanov, he once again led every lap from pole position, but he could not get the fastest lap to make it 2 Grand Slams in 2 races, but he still will be happy to taste victory. Danny van der Neer did everything he could to keep that championship fight down to the sprint race, but in the end, not enough. Still a 1-2 for the team. Sven Gillerhode, another podium for Mazunda Motorsports in 3rd, and Carlos Martin, your champion, finishing in 4th. Jake Danahan banked the fastest lap and finishes a respectable 5th place, considering where he started from. He'll be happy with that after a run of bad results. And Chris de Jong in 6th for Brem GP. Kenny Singleton takes the census best finish of the season in 7th. Wesley Burkout, what a drive. From the back to 8th in the Valet car. Spirited from him. Not enough to keep him in the championship fight, but certainly worthy of plaudits. Harry Smith, 9th for Team Iris. Couldn't quite stay with the guys that he qualified around, but still top 10 finish. That'll be decent for them. And Kevin Veachers is 10th for Team Falcon. Again, a good result for the team. 11th place was Jesper Eriksson, involved in a lot of crashes, but we'll be starting, I believe, on the front row. The sprint race in 11th, with Indrik Rimitz finishing 12th. Owen McGaugy, 13th. Jurika Slobinac, 14th. And Sean Jones picking up the last available point in 15th place. Jürgen van Bergen crashed on the opening lap, or I can't remember which Brem car it was. It was either him or Rimitz. One of them went off on the first lap. He ended up in 16th. And Parker Neuboer from 29th to 17th. Massi Riboli, pit lane to 18th, and a valid fastest lap shot at the end, not quite able to get it. And then it's the other 2 Mazunda Motorsports cars of Carl Magnus Bore and Ryan Mazunda, who wrapped out 19th and 20th. And a final look at the guys finishing just behind them. 21st was Kamil Jablonski for Gillette Grand Prix. Alex Hallows, 22nd for Ozone, involved in that crash with Vonders and Jones. Nick Pon, 13th. Charles Gudet, 24th. And then the DNF list. Here we go. Pavel Pankovic, Richard Vonders, Cosmo Prosciutto, Mika Hakimi, Manu Dehan, and Jeff Closer all failing to meet the checkered flag. Nick Pon, 23rd, DNFing as well, but will be classified as he did enough distance in the race. So that is your feature race at the Autodromo Enzo Dino Ferrari. We'll go for a quick warm-up and then to a 15-minute sprint race where we will determine the final winner of that format, the final race of this 10-race, 5-round-long championship. And it's been thoroughly enjoyable, I have to say. That race, a lot of good racing, a lot of argy-bargy as well, but fair. But the track limits discussion is going to heap on for some time afterwards, I feel.
Now, interestingly, I'd like to point this out. So the Volve we give to world champions in the Discord server, you get a special gold name, and everything's nice. Alexei Spirichev obviously has it currently, but I wonder, can you count the Carlos as the world champion, considering this only happened in Italy? Or we're gonna have to give him a special Italy.
No, I would still call him a champion, I guess, because he's put in a big deal of effort, and it's been repaid.
But surely he's not the world champion though, because it's only in Italy.
Yeah, okay. Also, Tom, sorry for the neutral viewers, but our 2 teams are against each other in 20 minutes as well, so keep an eye out on that.
Oh, I thought that was tomorrow.
No, it is tonight, and the Tottenham West Ham game. I mean, I stopped watching after about 60 minutes, and I can't quite believe the final result.
Okay, well, we're going to quickly go and grab my phone and have that. So bear with me 1 second.
And yeah, some frustrated faces in the paddock already.
All good. Everything's absolutely amazing. But yes, I thought that was tomorrow. I thought you were talking about a sensor and a reading game in standings.
No. That's I'm talking about football.
We were quite close for the entire season. You seem to pulled away over the last few rounds. I guess probably due to our problem. If you don't mind my aggressive typing, I'm going to quickly load up my terminal.
All right. No problem at all.
As got to get my phone up, but it's been a very interesting season so far, and of course the racing doesn't stop as we've gone to the race. The racing doesn't stop. We've got an update for you in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, make sure to tune in for that one. That's going to be the inaugural, I guess, special event that we've had in SRL, especially on R Factor 2. That's going to be certainly worthy of a watch. And it will be probably me and Tom on the comms, unless Tom fancies racing. But if not, it will be us two on the comms once again, unless any problems arise. But here we are for the reverse grid sprint race. It's its defining factor, the fact that it is reverse grid. And the Brem GP car should get the formation lap underway. Everyone's still on the grid, though. And there we go. Sorry, that was my game lagging a little bit. But there's your man, Carlos Martin, your champion of the Mini Formula 3 Series, crowned in Imola. I'm going back to warm-up, actually, so someone's disconnected or had a problem.
Given me just enough time to get the football set up on another letter here. Only the most professional.
I mean, it probably won't start in time, if I'm honest. It's a 15-minute race, so it will finish just as the game starts. But, yeah. Going down. Anyway. Oh, warm-up's gone again.
So we are rating. I went German for a second there, rating. We are waiting for the start of this race. It should be a very interesting one, although really it's only really this race is going to be a procession from drivers. Nothing really on the line championship wise, so it's just going to be a bit of fun, I imagine. As we've lost James, it looks like. So yeah, so nothing.
No, I just.
Oh,
it's not. I'm just not talking.
You can never tell with James. Sometimes he goes for no reason. But yes, should be a very interesting race coming up. And yes, Sean Jones, actually, interestingly, that him being taken out has missed off his chance for pole position, which has been very good for Reading Game, actually. Unfortunately, not something that is going to happen in the end.
Good on a track like this as well. It's been proven to be pretty difficult to overtake. Saw some brave ones, particularly from Netrex cars, and half of them didn't work.
And a Reading Game win would really top off the season quite nicely for me, I think. But not to be, unfortunately. Well, actually, we say not to be. We don't know yet. It could be a Reading Game win, although it would be a bit of a minor miracle, you have to feel.
I must say, it must be quite difficult to work out which team Tom owns from his last few words. Must be very difficult to figure it out. But I probably shouldn't say much because I'm pretty vocal about my team as well.
I mean, I haven't mentioned Reading Game for the entire season, so
yeah, exactly. So yeah, we can let you off.
I thought you could spare me 2 sentences.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'm just taking the mic. Don't worry.
Oh, I thought you got me scared. Then I thought you were going to launch into another word for a second.
No. We are live on stream, so we have to adapt. But if this was a private voice call, then my word, I would not be speaking the way I am now. But here we go. Warm up, hopefully for good this time, is done, and now the car's back onto the grid again. 15 seconds left to get on the grid. I can't believe it's gone by this quickly, if I'm honest, the last 5 weeks. Because, I mean, the championship was announced a long time before it started. Everything got sorted quickly, so I guess it was quite slow those weeks. And now,
I remember in the admin chat, Anthony was saying, I'm having a break.
Yeah, exactly.
Gone for 3 months. And then literally the second the Automobilista season ended, we had everything sorted in like a week.
Oh, the website was sorted, the teams were sorted, the drivers were pretty sorted.
I mean, looking forward to that break as well.
The driver market was rapidly diminishing. I mean, in a matter of minutes, you could go from having a top guy in the field to well, he's already been signed by a team. Is the next driver's been signed to a team? You had to be quick. But everybody did get a driver in the end. Well, it looks like everyone did, because they all made it to the grid. We, of course, had the introduction of the pre-qualifying system, which we never needed last season. And so far, every race, we've needed the pre-qualifying as well, which is a good thing, I guess, because it means we've had good attendance.
The attendance has stayed fairly consistent. We've also had a complete grid of 30 drivers. Of course, we've not had as many turn out to pre-qualifying, but I think that's natural.
That's normal, yeah. That's normal.
Of course, Indianapolis next. That would be a very fun event. And we've got another series coming up, which is going to be also very fun. Now, watch what you're saying, James, because we could get into a lot of trouble if we say much more at all.
Well, you're going to get in trouble. I'm not saying anything. You're the ones going to get in trouble. But Ericsson on the formation lap already taking a trip across the grass. That's not going to help his tyres.
Jeff Close is starting pit lane.
Yeah, Close is starting from the pit lane, so another bit of woe for him. Of course, he DNF'd very early on in the feature race, hasn't made it to the grid for the sprint race. Here is Carlos Martin. I think this is coming. Yes, it is Carlos Martin coming down the straight towards the double left. I can't remember if this is Rivazza or Rivazza's at the top of the hill. I can't remember, because this one has a name as well. I think it's Piratella. I think this one's called, and the other one's Rivazza.
It's one of the I have the most laps at, but I've never learnt the corner names.
It's easier for me to remember the corner names because they're all in Italian, which is a language I semi-speak.
He's lying, by the way, viewers. He has to put on another monitor.
No, I don't. I'm not even on a PC right now doing this, because my PC has a lot of screen cutouts whenever I watch videos for whatever reason, so not risking it. So
I have 4 windows open. I've got the standings up, the live timing up, I've got the football up, and I've got the race up. But we are waiting for the lights now.
Yeah, the football starts in about 15 minutes, but this starts any minute now. We got 2 cars in the pit lane. One of them Jeff Closer, the other one looks like a Mazumda car.
Ryan Mazumda,
Ryan Mazumda probably didn't make it to the grid.
Right off the back, Ryan Mazumda actually of a third place in karting. He mentioned that in a Discord server earlier. So well done.
Well done to him indeed. The last cars lining up for the final time this season. It's been a very intriguing, entertaining 5 weeks, and it all comes to a head here. Both championships decide, so nothing but pride to fight for the final time. 15 more minutes of pure hard racing. And here we go. And a pleasure being along with us one last time. We have 5 red lights. And it's go, go, go for the final time this season. Perfect launch from the pole man. The other Iris is bogged down, though, and he's being overtaken by the Valet and the Excentric. They're 4 wide in the background already. But into the first corner, it is the Iris leading the way, and it's a charge. It's a battle for third place. Contact there. That's the Excentric making contact with the slow starting Iris, who started third, is now battling away for 5th. And I can't quite remember which one it was, but at the front, the top 3 have all streaked away perfectly clean, side by side to Vienna, with a lot of cars. One of the Netrexes involved. That's the sound of Denahan trying to get past 2 cars in one of that chicane, and he's done so. He's got past both the Netrex and Sven Gillerhode. I think it's Van der Meer he's overtaken, and indeed has got past both of them as they rise up the hill now towards Rivazza. It's Jesper Eriksson who leads from Kevin Features is the one who made the fast. Oh, that's a hit in the back. That was Gillerhode and Van der Meer coming to blows. Both of them still on the circuit. So no first lap casualties. Actually, no, that's false. Jeff Closer has retired already, just like he did in the feature race. As Denahan gets very sideways on the exit of Acque Minerale, and this is a perfect chance for Gillerhode to retake his place. He's passed him before they even get to the breakings of Brian Darton, and is back through. But at the front, the top 3 completely unscathed. But it was such a slow start for Harry Smith. 3rd down to 6th. As they now plunge down towards the final braking zone on this track, or the penultimate one, side by side for 2nd place, and Wesley Burkow hangs his rival out to dry and expertly takes 2nd place. So he has already gained 2 places. Of course, he had that fantastic charge through the field in the feature race, and he's already up into 2nd place now, but under pressure, and Singleton is pressuring the Brem GP car, Chris de Jong, just behind them. Both of them side by side in these battles. Here's on board with Singleton. You get a battle up ahead and a battle on board with. And Burkow dives down the inside and takes 2nd place. Singleton's going to try and switch his roll back, but he's not got the turn he would have wanted through there, and he's going to have to sit back with 5th. But hectic stuff on the first lap. But the top 5 looking good so far. Singleton's going to go for this one, and that was very late. And Dion cut him off, said, "Oh, we are not going side by side through there, and that's my decision, not yours."
Mazumda's already way down. He's had a massive issue. I'm not too impressed with some of the squeezes we've seen this weekend, but it's quite a weird one. There's nothing particularly against the rules, just a bit unsportsmanlike. But not ideal for Ryan Mazumda all the way down in 22nd place. We have had two people not.
I think
race.
Mazumda probably made contact with Closer because they were both together exiting the pit, so they probably hit each other into the first corner.
It might have been Jablonski that he's made contact with, as he's 36 seconds behind.
Yeah, all of them miles behind. So Jablonski and Mazumda have both pitted as well. Here is Jake Danahan, 9th, losing the place to Gillahode on the last lap at this very corner. Variante Alta, and he's going to try and get past now into... Oh, what's the name? I can't remember the name. We'll just call it James can't remember the name corner. Down the hill at the left-hander, this is one of the lowest points on the track, and Gillahode holds his line, has a slipstream up ahead from Harry Smith, who's struggling. He's really struggling. He's going to lose another place here, or two, because he's going to get out-dragged by not just Gillahode. Danahan now pulls up alongside. They are 3 wide as they cross the line. Danahan's got the best speed of all of them. Danahan and Gillahode completely neck and neck. Coming into the first corner at Tamburello. Can he go around the outside? Oh, they have a bit of a hit. He's done it. Great pass down the outside at Tamburello. And he's gained 2 places in one corner. Jake Danahan moves from 9th to 7th. A very calculated and precise pass. Carlos Martin is going for a move on Singleton and relegates him down to 6th place. Down the inside of the Villeneuve chicane, which didn't work on the last lap, but it's worked a treat for him here. Not the last one, in the feature race. It's worked a treat for him in the sprint race. He's up to 5th. So 2 fantastic moves from 2 completely different drivers, all within the space of 2 corners. Lots of 2s.
Well, I've never heard so many 2s in a single sentence.
On the end of lap 2 as well. There you go.
As this is one of the Val cars going for a move, the net tracks that is actually, I thought it was not used to commentating without driver tags for their name. But this is the battle for 8th position. Gillahode Smith. I didn't know you were racing, James. It's gone off. That was Harry Smith. Anyway,
I've got 2 selves.
The 15 FPS genius, James.
Yes.
Not to be confused with Harry Smith, the Iris number 8.
Currently running in
had a very interesting season, actually. I believe he was a substitute. I could be wrong there. No, he wasn't, because I remember him being...
No, he's been a full-time driver, but it's been, as you said with Danahan, a bit marmitey. He's had pace at times, but never really translated into results. And here he had a very good chance, and he's he made a bit of a mess of it at the start. Bad start, lost 2 places immediately, and since then has made another mistake, which has dropped him down to 9th and under pressure from Van der Neer. And here you go. There's Van der Neer on the outside. Now he's already pulled an overtake off around the inside. Actually, he's on the inside. He's cleared him. He's cleared the Iris car down to 10th place, which is the last position where you score points. Because we are in the sprint race now, not the feature. It's only top 10 that score points, not top 15. And Harry Smith trying to get back past, but Van der Neer just has to put his car in the middle of the road, and he's never going to get overtaken. And there you go. And now Smith, in his quest to get the position back, might well lose one. They might go 3 wide here. Magauji in the background, trying to find a way through. Can Ivanov go all the way round the outside? You bet he can. And the feature race winner, proving his worth as an overtaker as well, up into 10th place. We've seen a lot of fantastic overtakes already. That was another sensational pass.
Really impressive stuff from one of the most classy drivers on this field. There's
Smith makes another mistake, and here you go. Magauji's about to relegate him down to 12th. Overtaken by 2 Netrixes and a Valet in the space of half a lap. Here you go. Inside line for Variante Alta. Smith tries to do a switchback, but it's so hard because he didn't go hardly turning it in the end. And there you go, down to 12th and under pressure for 13th, and I think this is his chance of points fully gone. Here you go. Here he is. It's Harry Smith versus Jurika Slobinac. His Royal Blue Racing car down the inside. Goes Jurika Slobinac. Oh, bit of contact there. Holds it just about. Smith holds on for 12th. Royal Blue Racing, of course, trying to win the Rookie Constructor kind of self-given award. There's no official award for it, but it's the team. It's simple. It's the rookie team that has the most points. And I think that they are leading now.
Though, because this is their first. first running of the Italian anyway.
That's true. Carlos Martin has just relegated Chris de Jong down to 5th place, so he's back up to where he finished last time out. Singleton is being pressurised by Sven Gillerhode. Here he is on the inside. He backs out of it in the end. He's got 7 minutes and 50 seconds more to try and pass Alexander. Villeneuve is not the place that you have to rush and overtake. And he holds position for 7th. Behind him, Jake Dennehan by 1 second. Singleton up ahead. Started, I think it was 5th, got a good launch, got up alongside the valet car and also Harry Smith to the first corner, but ended up only being able to pass one of them. Since then, has been relegated by Carlos Martin and Chris de Jong.
Sean Jones been on a bit of a charge, actually.
Speaking of Singleton, that is him off the circuit there, and he's going to drop right the way down to 11th place. So, that's a development from 6th down to 11th, so he's missed his breaking point there and has not wanted to track extend or something like that and has given up the places. Of course, huge, as you said, big penalties for track extending at Acqua Minerale and the Variante Alta, which are consecutive corners as well. So if you get it wrong in both places, you're really in for a rough ride after the race with the stewards.
Charles Godet, Al Pankovic and Jeff Closer are 3 drivers that have retired halfway through this race. You've got 6 minutes 40 remaining. I'm not sure how many laps that will be. Jesper Eriksson has set the fastest time of the race in the race lead, 1:38.8. I believe this will be Iris's first win of the season, not James? As we have lost James for a second, so it is just me for the time being. This is Jake and Danny van der Neet. Danny's in the slipstream. He's going to try and make a move as soon as he can. I don't think it's going to be this lap, though. This is the last real overtaking opportunity, unless you want to get really brave.
All right, sorry, my internet's had a bit of a moment there. Oh, he's going for an Intertosa. That was more of an intimidation move than anything else. It was never going to get past the Santon through the Tosa hairpin. Here's Menno de Hans to the battle for 20th place. This is for nothing but bragging rights. No points available for finishing 20th. Jürgen Verbergen holds it in the Brem car for the time being, but runs wide. There's the Villeneuve corner. There's the art of it. If you can hang back and let your rival overcommit on the inside, and then you get the switchback on, but Dehan, not a great line, and he sideways on the exit as well. Not a great line through there, not able to capitalise. Stays 21st. Nearer the front, here's the battle for the final podium position. Kevin Features for Team Falcon. They took a podium with Happy Van der Klotcher in the reverse grid race in, I think it was Mugello or Misano. I think it was Mugello they did it. And they're trying to do it again here with Kevin Features, who's been unlucky this season as well. He's got the champion, though. Carlos Martin right behind him, and he makes a mistake. Does the Falcon car, bounces over the curves. And he's going to be very vulnerable now on the run down to the first corner. And right behind, there's a 3-way fight. De Jong, Gillerhode, and Dennehan. They might well go 3-wide into the first corner as well. He's on board with the Santon of Jake Dennehan. There you go. Gillerhode's certainly going to be up alongside. Where's Dennehan going to sort himself out? And well, this is the last time they went 3-1 into a corner, it was Dennehan who came out on top. He goes to the inside. He backs out of it quickly, though. And off the circuit, that's Martin going off, and Features has spun around behind him. Kevin Features spins off, so they've clearly had a coming together of some sorts. There goes the only chance Features had of a podium. He drops all the way down, 14th, 15th, still going. And Martin, that will be certainly investigated after the race, because that was for a very high position. And he's under pressure from Chris de Jong's Brem GP car, but holds on as the Brem gets a very bad run on the outside. Moving all over the place is Sven Gillerhode trying to get past. Here goes the train up the S now, and the Brem moving all over the place, cutting off the Mazumdako wherever it goes and holding 4th place, which I don't think is going to impress Sven Gillerhode all that much into Acqua Minerale.
Oh, that was an interesting move there. I thought someone had crashed, but apparently not. This is Menno de Haan for Simdane Engineering, fighting for 20th place with Jürgen van Bergen. And all this
at the front, there you go, is Magauji. Magauji's quietly been making his way up the field. He's going for 7th place on Ivanov. Can he pull this one off around the outside of Variante? Not quite. Now the run down to the next corner. I mean, it doesn't get much more sandwich than this between two cars. Van der Neer on the inside. There you go. His teammates hung Magauji out to dry. He has the inside line. And now his teammate, if he can, is going to give him a tow, but no, he's too far back, and actually Magauji's the one getting the tow from the Netrex up ahead and holds 8th place. That's going to anger Van der Neer, certainly. The valet holding that position for the time being, and he's got a car on his distance. That's Kenny Singleton, spun out a few laps ago. Here he comes now, trying to get back into 9th place on the outside. He's going to try and take 2 in 1 here. That's going to be brave, and in the end settles for just the 1. But Van der Neer moving all over the place. Leicester and Aston Villa have kicked off, Tom, just so you know. But Singleton is on the inside of Van der Neer. He's pulled a move on the outside of this corner already in this race. Not this time. Not this time, and he's not going to be able to switch back because he went for that outside move, and he's outright lost the place there. Down to 10th for Danny Van der Neer. Still a triple point score for Netrex, though.
Yes, of course. It's been a very, very close race so far. It's, but yes, we've got not long to go now. 2 minutes 20. So that will be about 2 laps, I believe, left.
Yeah,
in
we haven't mentioned him at all, but Jesper Eriksson has quietly maintained that 1.5 second gap that is currently is present to Wesley Burkout. That's the pace he had. That's the pace that was there in the feature race that couldn't be used. Oh, that's a big punt on Kenny Singleton from Van der Neer. He's clearly wanting to get past Alex Senza because he feels that he's been robbed of 9th place. Here's Riboli under pressure from Harry Smith, who's got his mojo back. In this race, down the inside he goes, and the Valet holds on. This is now turned into a 4-way fight. Oh! Make that a 3-way fight as Smith makes the mistake, misjudges Riboli's braking. Good save in the end, but he's going to be vulnerable from a car behind. If there is one, there isn't. And here's Riboli now. Carlos Martin has set a new fastest lap of the race. He's got a big gap to Burkout to close, though, but he's back onto the podium. Here you go. Here's the move. Van der Neer to the outside of Singleton. He's very early on the brakes there, trying to use every bit of the curb to get that exit. Oh, Singleton onto the grass there. Oh, and that's great avoiding action from Riboli, but he's ended up on the ground and into the wall. Goes Massi Riboli. That's a heavy crash into the wall. And he was on the fringes of the points. He's not going to get any now, and he's going to retire that car, I think. That's agonising. One of the last laps of the season. That's really unfortunate for him. And Harry Smith has swept through and taken 10th place. Second time Singleton's been involved in an off-track excursion that's cost him dear. Riboli, you got to feel bad for him, though. He did really well to avoid a crash there, but unfortunately got onto the gravel and the grass and couldn't save it. And into the wall, and it was good avoiding action. I think it was Indrik Rimitz who had to take avoiding action on the straight.
Bitterly disappointing for Riboli, who was on for his best results of the season, actually, after qualifying. It's been a really bad end to the weekend for him, but he's one of the faster drivers on this grid, as I do believe we're going to start the final lap of the race.
Season, not just the race, of the season.
And it's going to be Iris's first win, you seem almost certain, although actually it is only 1.6 seconds.
A mistake from... Actually, is Eriksson going to cross the line in time? I don't know if he is. This might be it. Jesper Eriksson, I think if he slows it... No, he started the final lap. If he slowed down, he would have run out of time and he would have won the race. But no, everyone's got to do another lap now. So, Eriksson jeopardising his own win. He still leads. Magauji, even not... Oh! There's some big lag spikes there. That's the 2 Netrexes are stuck. They both suddenly stopped. What's happened here? Carlos Martin, I think they thought the race was over. Carlos Martin and Danny Van der Neer have both... Well, not Van der Neer. Martin has stopped.
Or maybe they underfueled.
Or underfueled. It doesn't make sense that they came to a complete stop. Martin was running 3rd, and he's now out of the points.
Not something the champion would want.
No, and thank goodness he is champion, because imagine that had cost him the championship. So he clearly thought the race was done. It's not. There's 1 lap to go. And this is now the battle for a podium. Instead of 4th place, it's a podium. Can Gillehode make it a double podium? Mazumda's first ever, it would be his 4th of the season. Can he do it? De Jong just needs to put his car in all the right places. He's gone a little bit deep, though. Everybody going onto that green, so that's not going to please the race stewards too much, that everyone's abusing that. De Jong holding on for 3rd place. Eriksson has got the gap to block. Oh no! That's a hit. That's Jake Dennehan who's hit the Mazumda car, and both of them facing the wrong way, costing them dearly. And any chance of podium for both of them is gone. So Chris de Jong now has a simple cruise to the line. But Jesper Eriksson has come round the last corner, coming through the final few kinks in a tumultuous, it has to be said, season for Team Iris of underachievement and underwhelmment. Jesper Eriksson takes the last race of SRL Italian Formula 3 in a thoroughly entertaining 15-minute shootout. and caps off what has been a poor season for Iris in a bit of style. And here's the final little battles sorting themselves out. Kenny Singleton just behind Harry Smith at the line. And that is that. That is the 5-round, 10-race Italian Formula 3 series done. The curtain closes on the first chapter of SRL in R Factor 2. And Jürgen van Bergen doing a bit of lawn mowing for us. Is there anything these cars can't do? Final few laps, soaking it up. It's been, I have to say, nothing but thoroughly enjoyable. We've had some incredible finishes, some incredible voice cracks, and some, above all, incredible memories and moments.
And to top it all off, we have...
Oh, here you go. Here's a nice moment. Here's some formation driving on the way back.
We have the Latvian king to conduct the interview. So Ernest Lappins, welcome to the stream.
Hello.
Race director. Big promotion for you.
Well, yes, Anthony just wanted to drive today, so, I mean, it's not like it's anything hard or anything. But,
Yeah, until something like last week at the start happens.
Here are your race results.
Here are your race results. So it's Jesper Eriksson who takes the 10th and final race of the season, led every lap. I don't think he got the fast lap. That belongs to Carlos Martin. But nonetheless, that he'll be absolutely chuffed with that. And that's what we should have been seeing for the whole season. If he'd done that for the whole season, he might well have been in the championship winning position that everybody expects him to be. But he's still got it. There you go. There's the win for him. Wesley Burkout, second place, never really closed enough on the Iris car, but will nonetheless be pleased, having started from the back in the feature race, to come home with ninth in the feature and second in the sprint. And Chris de Jong gets a podium for Brem GP in the end in third place. Owen McGaugy makes sure that Valley are the top constructors in the final race in fourth. Victor Ivanov and Danny Van Der Neer fifth and sixth for Netrex. Congratulations once again to Netrex for their Constructors' Championship victory. Sven Gillerhode 7th, Harry Smith 8th, Kenny Singleton 9th, and Jake Denahan 10th. But Jake Denahan and Sven Gillerhode are certainly going to the stewards after that controversial incident at the final chicane. Hendrik Rimmets again finishing in 11th place, this time just outside of the points. Carlos Martin will have to ask what happened to him on the last lap because he suddenly came to a stop, even though there was one lap to go. So I presume he thought the race was done, but we'll see in the interview, I guess. But again, congratulations to him on his championship win. Kevin Vichas is 13th for Falcon, 14th for Cosmo Prosciutto in the Royal Blue Racing Car, who I believe are the top rookie constructors. So congratulations to them. Sean Jones finishes 15th once again, just like he did in the feature race. There's your top 15. I don't know if we're going to get a graphic of the rest of the order. Yeah, we can't get that because the server's reset. That's just Christian in my ear telling me that. So I guess we move swiftly on to the interview zone. Whoa, we got a lot of people wanting to get interviews. So
Okay,
best of luck.
let's drag in Victor Ivanov first. Ernest, this is you.
Take it away, Ernest.
I'm not as experienced as you guys, but I'll try my best. So, Victor, it was a tough race for you, to say the least, but still some decent points. Tell us a bit more.
Which one? The second one?
The second one, yeah.
Because the first one wasn't really tough.
Yeah, he won the first one.
I know, but
he won from pole.
The second race, I mean, I just didn't want to get in trouble. I knew Danny and Carlos were fighting for the championship to an extent, so I just really didn't want to overtake Danny or Carlos at any point. So I just drove behind them to protect the back instead of in case someone decides to do something stupid. And that was pretty much it. I just drove and people were just crushing, and that's how it. There was a little bit of confusion, by the way, because we crossed the start-finish line. There was a checkered flag from the game, but there wasn't checkered flag on the dashboard. And I saw Carlos stopping, and I slowed down as well, and I lost the position to Owen. And I don't know what happened there, to be honest.
Yes, but yeah, crossed them with 2 seconds to go in that race, so it was close.
Oh, I think sorry. Go on.
I just saw the guy, the animated guy, just waving a checkered flag, and I thought the race was over. That's why. A bit of confusion on my side. Didn't check my times correctly.
So I think you are now P5 in the championship or in drivers. So how do you feel about that?
Well, to be fair, I was hoping to be P1, but it didn't happen. So yeah, I'm quite happy, really. To be fair.
Or do you think you could challenge for championship in the next series?
Yeah, definitely, I'll go for it. Of course.
Okay, well, thank you for your time today, and
Thank you
congrats
so
on
much,
the
guys.
win in the feature race.
Thank you. Bye bye.
See ya.
Bye. Take care. Right, Tom, if you can drag someone else in here, please.
Yeah,
If
Dragon
you're
Wesley.
there. Yeah, drag Wesley in. Yeah, I just don't feel too much pressure. Don't worry.
I wasn't even paying attention to the race.
Now, here's your final top 10 on screen once again if you missed the finish of the race. I honestly, again, I'm going to say it, I can't believe the championship is over already. 10
was
races
a,
have absolutely flown by.
It's
Only
been a
50.
very close championship, actually. Very entertaining. A lot more entertaining than I expected it to be. The transition to our factor was a lot smoother than I thought it would be. And excuse me, I did have to go for a quick toilet stop. So have we finished the interviews?
Now we've brought Dragon Wesley, please. We've already done one with Victor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Wesley. So P3 in the championship due to a lucky break in the final lap. How do you feel?
P3, wasn't it P4?
No.
No, it's P3 now because Sven got taken out by Jake.
Oh, it's a double correction then, because Anthony just said I got fourth because on countback.
Ah, okay. Well, never mind then. You're fourth.
Alright,
So
yeah.
how do you feel with fourth place?
Yeah,
Okay.
shame to have missed out on the top 3, obviously, but to be honest, bit surprised to see to have come fourth in the standings because I've had quite a few ups and downs throughout the season. So to get fourth is a really pleasant surprise.
Yes. Are you excited for the next season? Do you think you could challenge for the championship?
It's going to be really hard because there's some really quick guys in here. I'll have to find a few more tenths per lap if I want to compete, but I hope so. But what's for sure is I'm going to do my best and yeah, and hope I can get a win next season.
And finally, what were your thoughts on the track limits today? As we saw some people going a bit wide.
I think the rule is good. I didn't pay too much attention. I saw a few people run wide, but yeah, it's of course it's something you need to be a bit careful about because if the rules are going to be 100% maintained, then yeah, I'm pretty sure there's going to be quite a few penalties.
Yep. Well, thank you for your time and congrats on the season. We'll
Thanks.
see you. We'll see you for Indy.
Yes.
Hopefully on the top step, but you know.
See?
Yeah. Take care, Wes.
Bye.
God, there's no such thing as top step in Indy. You should know this, Ernest.
How?
There is
on your
and,
car a top step. Like
Of course.
I guess.
I'd say we just say milk because that is a guarantee.
I wonder if the winner of Indianapolis is actually going to get themselves a glass of milk after.
No, they have to. They will have to.
I certainly would. We should get a webcam Zoom call going. Anyway, next person, please. Jesper Eriksson, I think we'll drag in.
Oh, Jesper, man, you won the spring race and that. How you feel?
I feel good. First
Yeah.
time I actually finished race 1 and 2.
You know, that's crazy. Why do you keep crashing so much?
I don't know. No practice, I guess.
Yeah, that might also play a part. Are you
Yeah.
excited for Indy?
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
In-
well, go
Love
on,
o-
sorry.
Yeah, I love oval races. So
I just have a
If you
quick
excuse me,
question.
please. On
Yes,
request,
Tom?
we've got the team manager, Jeff Closin.
Hello.
okay, now James.
All right, yeah. Just a quick question, Jesper. Now, I tipped you to be one of the championship contenders,
yeah.
and in preseason you were quick. In other categories, you were quick. So they're the last race. There's what we were expecting. So again, where was that for the rest of the season? And can you keep that momentum going? I presume it's practice.
Yeah, I don't know actually if it's practice because during pre-qualifying I was still downloading the mod for the track, so I didn't have any practice at all for like
All right.
the only track I had practice was Monza, and that it went good, to be honest, until race 2 where I got crashed out. But yeah, that happens. But this season has just been full of bad luck from start to finish.
Yeah, a lot of people had bad luck.
Yeah,
Lot.
but it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Ernest, do you have anything to say? Anyone else have anything to say?
Not really. I mean, congrats on the win, I guess.
Now, did Kevin Veichers get a podium in either races? I can't remember.
I don't think so. No.
Okay,
No,
then
we
we go.
He got a podium in our hearts.
Okay. Okay,
Mate,
shall we? Are we gonna interview him, or are we just gonna end the stream there?
Well, we have the two other Irish
Yeah,
guys,
might
Jeff
as
and
well if
Harry.
you want to.
Okay, let's grab Kevin in.
Talk, Jeff.
Hello, Kevin.
Somebody else interview him because I didn't even pay attention. To be honest.
Okay. I guess I'll improvise it. Kevin, you were running your sprint race at one point. You were on the podium, and then it all went wrong. What happened there? We
Well,
saw you tumble down the order.
Yeah, I battled with Carlos, and we went both into T1. He was on the outside, and then I just got understeer and then went over the curb, and then I just spun.
Unlucky. How would you reflect on your season? Because I guess you didn't have too much expectation coming into it. So some of the results that the team and yourself have had, like Javi got a podium in Mugello. So how would you reflect on the season as a whole?
Well, the feature races were okay, but the sprint races were like I can't say I was good in any way. I don't think I finished any sprint race apart from Imola this season. I think.
Oof. Okay. But as a team, how was it? How do you feel?
Was quite good,
Collectively.
except Sarvesh just didn't pre-quali. Like he didn't get through, except one time. So that was kind of.
Okay. I don't really have any more questions other than, are we going to see you at Indy?
Yes.
All right. So that'll be in 2 weeks' time. I'm sure you're looking forward to it as much as everyone else is, including myself. So in the time being, stay rested, take care. Thanks for competing in the series.
But on a real though, how many code 80s do you predict for the Indy?
I'd say
race?
about. I say. Well, how many
I
laps?
predict
It'd
10.
be 100 laps. No, not 10. I'd say four code 80s.
Well, I think if there's 4 code 80s, there's gonna be 4 big crashes with at least 20
Big
cars.
crashes. Yeah. I think the first we'll get a red flag on the first lap. I think because there's going to be a big one straight away.
Well, it depends on how well the cars handle, really. But I mean, I haven't done any testing.
We've got an Iris party in here. We've got 3 of their drivers in here, and the team owner.
With all drivers in here.
Do you have anything to say, Harry and Jeff?
No, we thought we were gonna make it a question here, but
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead.
no, I thought you were asking a question.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, again, just like with everyone else, how's the how would you reflect on the season?
Bad.
We're not getting
What
very
can I
long.
say?
Bad.
Jesper
Yeah,
was so unlucky he got killed like in 3 or 4, 5 races. Same with
Yeah.
Harry.
We're not getting very long answers today, are we?
I
only
was
got-
today.
I only got killed at Mugello. I failed to pre-qualify Monza because I fucked up my laps and I couldn't.
Whoa!
I couldn't-
not allowed.
Sorry.
There is the
I'd
demonetization.
like to apologise.
Oh dear.
Keeps watching.
There's the
I'm gonna get like
demonetization.
2 viewers now, thanks to
Sorry. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
We
Don't
do
worry.
apologise for any young children watching. Although, if you are a young child and watching this stream, then
Donner League.
do.
Oh, what are you doing here?
Why are you
Well,
watching?
I-
Why are you not driving?
Peppa Pig or something.
So yeah, today was an all good because Jesper won a race and Harry did get a little amount of points. But for me, yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I was going to try and avoid speaking about what happened today, especially.
Race 1 was yeah. Race 2, I don't want to talk about it.
All right.
I wasn't the smartest guy there.
Well, that's the last interview. I mean, the interviews were supposed to be interviews, and they've descended into anarchy. So I don't really know if we can call them interviews anymore. But that's the last. That's it. That's the curtain. We close it now on SRL Italian Formula 3. It's certainly been an adventure. It's certainly been enjoyable.
It's been very fun.
Yeah, that transition to RF2 has been a lot smoother and more enjoyable than we all thought it would be. And above all, entertaining. Lots of memories to come out of this as well. So in the end, I think everyone, especially on my behalf, just a quick word from me to the guys like Tom, Anthony, Massey, the admins who do more work than I do. Thank you, Jeff, as well. Thank you very much for allowing me to commentate, allowing all this to happen, and on behalf of everybody, we wish that everything can keep going as smooth as it does. But for now, join us in 2 weeks' time. We will present to you the Indy 250 100 laps of the Brickyard, the first special event on RF2. You certainly don't want to miss it. But for the time being now, it's goodbye and curtains on the Italian Formula 3 Championship. We'll see you very soon.